Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at 5.
Breaking news for you. The Centers for Disease Control is telling states to be ready to distribute a coronavirus vaccine by November 1st. According to the New York Post, the director of the CDC wrote in a letter to officials that a Texas-based healthcare company, McKesson Corporation, would soon request permits to build distribution sites and that the process should be expedited. The November 1st potential ready date is 2 days before the November 3rd presidential election. 1 week into their school year, an entire class at a North Dakota elementary school is under quarantine after a student tests positive for COVID-19. It happened in a kindergarten class at Thompson Public Schools. In a letter dated August 30th, the superintendent says students will not return to the classroom until September 14th. Those 24 students will instead do distance learning. Great to see the sunshine again, but we're watching some rain on the radar, wondering if it will move into our region. Let's find out from Nathan. He's got your first alert forecast. Hey, Nathan.
Hey, Andrea. Yeah, we are watching that radar carefully, and we do expect some rain showers to move in with this cold front we've been tracking for you all week long. And the winds out ahead of this front also making things a bit difficult for us for this evening as well. Seeing those winds sustained around 15 to 20 miles per hour in our North Dakota neighborhoods, but we are seeing some gusts upwards of 30 miles per hour, even 35 miles per hour at this hour for our friends there in Sisseton. But where you see those kind of green arrows, those are the stronger winds moving toward the Gwinner area at this hour as well. That wind advisory has been issued for our neck of the woods, winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour at times, with the best chance of those 50 mile per hour wind gusts being mainly in our rural North Dakota neighborhoods. But this advisory includes Devils Lake, Jamestown, Fargo, and down through the Hankinson area, as well as our friends there in Watertown. So here's how things look. We saw the sunshine for most of us early, but the clouds up north have been persistent, and we are seeing even some showers at this point in the Northern Valley associated with this bigger system right now entering Manitoba. So we do expect some rain chances with this. Not looking too conducive to thunder, but we could see a few rumbles of thunder here or there tonight. But of course, we'll break down the timing and talk about a big wind shift coming with this cold front that will make things quite a bit cooler for the days ahead. Andrea, that's coming up in a couple minutes.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Nathan. With a new school year starting, it is expected that there will be heavier traffic than normal amid the pandemic. Fargo Public School parents took their swing at the first day of school traffic this morning, while West Fargo is prepping for their chaotic first day tomorrow. Valley News Team's Kelly Hubbard tells us how patrols will be stepping in.
School will be back in session for West Fargo Public Schools on Thursday, which means traffic is about to ramp back up.
I'm pretty excited, learning new things and seeing my friends.
Keely Gilseth will be a fifth grader at Aurora Elementary School, and many kids like her will be walking or getting a ride from mom or dad to school.
There's a lot of different new dynamics for everybody.
Officer Todd Pearson with West Fargo Public Schools says getting to and from school will look a little different with COVID-19. Parents are asked to drop off their kids around 8 a.m.
We're asking them to come back in a specific time and not normally a half-hour drop-off period. This is going to be much shortened.
He says police are stacking shifts in the morning to relieve traffic congestion.
Staff will be positioned all over the building with different tasks in order to make that flow easier.
The city of West Fargo tells me that if you pass a bus with its lights on and arms down, that could cost you $200. They also say speed enforcement in a school zone is an accelerated fine, meaning there's increased fines in school zones. Pearson adds that you should put your phone away and do the I love yous and goodbyes at home before you venture to school. In West Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
For more information on transportation, you can download our Valley News Live app. Let's take a look at the numbers for the first day of classes in Fargo. Fargo Public Schools is reporting 11,335 students in grades K through 12 on the first day. Officials say the kindergarten enrollment is lower than projected for the 2020-21 school year. Each school has a layout with different drop-off lanes, parking lots, and even the number of doors they go through. Parents were sent back to school letters earlier to make things easier. Each school requires the use of face masks when entering the building. The biggest change is parents not being able to say goodbye to their kids inside their classrooms. One parent is happy her fourth grader can get back to seeing her teachers and friends.
We are really excited to get back, to get to see the teachers, to get to see the other students. It'll be so great for our child to be with her peers again, get back to learning with school ending so early last year.
West Fargo Public Schools is joining Fargo schools in serving free meals to all students, no matter their economic status. The school district received the U.S. Agriculture Department waiver to last through December 2020. The meals will be distributed next Wednesday, September 9th, and Friday, September 11th. Meals will also be sent home with hybrid students. Virtual students may pick up their meal boxes every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Cheney, Liberty, and Heritage Middle Schools. To receive these free meals, parents must fill out an order form that can be found on our VNL News app. A man is suffering from serious head injuries after police say he was attacked by his roommate. Authorities say the victim was cut on his face, neck, and hands just after 9 last night in the 200 block of 17th Street South. 36-year-old Matthew Gilbert was arrested for domestic assault and assault with a dangerous weapon. Police want you to know about a high-risk sex offender now living in Fargo. They tell us Joseph Puglisi III is now living at 2310 8th Street North. He was convicted of luring a minor by computer as a 23-year-old back in 2014. Officers say he had sexual contact with a 17-year-old girl, even though she told him no several times. And they say he asked for explicit photos and offered her money in exchange for sex. A man is facing felony charges tonight after court documents say he intentionally set fire to a popular bar in downtown Fargo. Police say surveillance video shows 33-year-old Michael Williams lighting an umbrella attached to a picnic table on fire Saturday morning at Cowboy Jack's. The fire caused more than $1,000 in damages. Inspectors say the entire bar could have been destroyed if fire crews hadn't put out the fire so quickly. A theft out of Walsh County tonight. The Sheriff's Department is asking for your help in tracking down a stolen ATV and the person who took it. Deputies say the ATV pictured here was stolen from a farm in Grafton. If you have any information, go ahead and call the Walsh County Sheriff's Office at the number on your screen. If you've been struggling with itchy, watery eyes and a runny nose the last few days, you're not alone. A local allergist says the mix of wet weather, winds, and fluctuating humidity has made this fall's allergy season worse than previous years, specifically when it comes to ragweed. But as we continue to navigate the coronavirus pandemic, when should you be concerned that your allergies might be something worse? Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter, Bailey Hurley, says it all comes down to one symptom.
Dr. Chris Cleveland says while pollen counters are not in the Fargo area, it's no question the grass and weed season is taking a toll on many of us.
It's fairly high right now, and there's some agricultural pollens that are bothering people as well in terms of harvest exposures too, so pretty high.
Cleveland says rag and pigweed are the main culprits right now, adding your allergies may be worse than normal due to the amount of rain in the valley recently.
How windy it's been, and then when the humidity levels drop or go back up, that can really bother people quite a bit.
And while Cleveland says symptoms of COVID-19 and allergies can overlap, there's a few key distinctions.
The most important thing to remember is that fever, muscle aches, and a sudden loss of sense of smell or taste would kind of point you in the direction that you might have COVID infection.
Cleveland urges if you haven't already started taking your daily antihistamines to do so soon, as allergy medications will not only get rid of your symptoms, but also any fears you may have of being infected with COVID-19. In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Dr. Cleveland also says having allergies does not put you at a higher risk of contracting COVID-19 or any other virus. A missing camper makes it out of the Boundary Waters. What he and rescue crews had on their side that night is next on Valley News Live at 5.
And we do have those rain chances moving into the metro here later on this evening with some cooling temperatures cooling into the 60s. But look at those winds from the south around 20 miles per hour to the northwest around 20 miles per hour in the next few hours as well. In Grand Forks, expecting that chance of showers earlier and also cooler temperatures for this evening. So definitely light jacket needed tonight. But we'll have your full forecast next.